beneath the linden tree. In the heart of a little village stood a giant linden tree. Its branches stretched wide like open arms, and in the summer, its sweet scent filled the air. For as long as anyone could remember, people came to sit beneath its shade, to rest, to think, or to fall in love. It was beneath that tree that May met Jonas. She was reading a book, her bare feet brushing against the grass, while Jonas sat nearby, sketching the very tree they both rested under. Their eyes met once, a quiet, unplanned moment, and both smiled. It was simple, like the way sunlight touches water without trying. Weeks turned to months. Jonas would always arrive with his sketchpad. May would bring a different book each time. Slowly, they began to exchange quiet conversations. About the way the sky looked before a storm. About songs their grandparents sang. About the scent of old paper and fresh earth. There was no rush, no plans, no promises made too quickly. Their connection grew like the roots of the linden tree, unseen, but steady. One day, May brought a notebook of her own. "I've started writing," she said a little shyly. "About what?" Jonas asked, his eyes soft. "About this." She gestured around them. "The tree. The days here. You." Jonas smiled, placing a pressed linden leaf between the pages of his sketchbook. "I guess I've been drawing the same thing." Seasons passed. The linden tree bloomed and shed, the wind carried leaves and stories, but May and Jonas remained, side by side, beneath their tree. They built a quiet life. Not one filled with grand cities or restless adventures, but with shared breakfasts by the window, rainy afternoons spent in each other's arms, and letters left on pillows for no reason at all. Jonas painted, May wrote. They planted a small garden. They learned each other's silences. Love wasn't loud between them. It didn't shout. It was the steady hum of belonging, the kind that makes the world feel gentler, safer. On their wedding day, there were no grand speeches or glittering halls. Just close friends, family, and the linden tree, standing proud, a witness to their quiet devotion. May wore flowers in her hair. Jonas promised in his vows, "I won't just love you in the sunlight, but in the storms too. In the pauses between words. In the years we haven't lived yet." And May, with tears in her eyes, replied, "I'll keep writing you into every story, every chapter of my life." Years later, they grew old together. Their hair turned silver, their hands lined and worn. But every morning, they still walked to the linden tree, sat in their usual spot, and spoke about the small things, the color of the sky, the shape of a cloud, a line from a poem. Their love was a quiet, complete kind of happiness. A life not made of noise, but of meaning. And when one day the village placed a small wooden bench beneath the linden tree, a plaque read, "For May and Jonas, who showed us that the simplest kind of love is often the strongest." And still, on breezy afternoons, the scent of linden fills the air, as if their story lives on in the leaves.